sourcing foods and spending more money, since quality unprocessed foods are more expensive. If you find your appetite increases, you also may find your food budget will increase too. Another challenge often seen by raw foodists is the decrease in body temperature. What this means, the main reason suggested for this is that the digestive system doesn't have to work nearly as hard to digest raw foods, and since digestion helps to create body heat, you naturally see a drop in body temperature. Now, that's the theory, at least, that's proposed. I would question this theory, as there are certainly other organs and systems in the body that have a much greater impact on the temperature of your body than just the digestive system. Certainly the digestive function can have an impact on body temperature, but a bigger area, a more important area, I would say, that has a bigger influence is the thyroid gland. Now, the thyroid gland regulates the speed of metabolism of every cell in your body, and thus the metabolism of the body as a whole. A drop in thyroid function will almost always be accompanied by a drop in body temperature. And for me, the answer to why you may experience a drop in body temperature going raw is likely to be something to do with the function of the thyroid gland. So the next question is, why would that happen? Well, for me, there's two possible reasons. Firstly, many of those people that turn raw food to raw food will also tend to turn vegetarian or vegan, or often they are already before they even go raw. And one of the main foods that vegetarians tend to eat for a protein source is soy. Now, soy isn't the health food that it's made out to be, and one of its many harmful effects on the body is that the isoflavones found in soy have been shown to inhibit thyroid function, and this inhibited function can then lead to lower body temperature. So that's one possible cause. Simply, if you want to learn a bit more about that, no doubt I'll have a video coming up on YouTube about it at some stage. I'll get something up there, or just simply Google the dangers of soy, and you'll find plenty of sources of information on that. And the other possible explanation relates to the digestive system. Now, for reasons that I explain in my other slideshow entitled "When and Why Raw Food Diets Do and Don't Work," a raw food diet can lead to a significant reduction and breakdown in the absorption of nutrients in the digestive tract. Now, this may sound a little bit confusing, as a moment ago I pointed out that raw food diets can improve digestion. So on the one hand, you'll find that raw foods can improve digestion, but they can also worsen digestion. Now, this is because raw foods can benefit your digestive system in some areas, but put extra strain on it in other areas. And as I say, this is a point that I really discuss and go into in my other slideshow presentation. So if you want to learn a bit more, check that out. So, returning to what I was saying a moment ago, a possible effect of this reduced absorption could also be a reduction in the amount of calories that are absorbed in the diet. Now, a lower calorie intake can then result in a reduction in the thyroid function. Now, this happens as a natural attempt by the body to slow down the metabolism in order to preserve calories. And as far as your body is concerned, a reduction in calorie intake below its normal requirements is a signal to the body that food is scarce, and it needs to reduce metabolic rate in order to ensure its survival. This is the same phenomena that's behind weight problems that many people experience when they go on when they commonly or regularly reduce or restrict calories. yo-yo dieting, as it's also called. So the reason for this is it actually dates back to our more primitive days when food would often be scarce, and in order to ensure survival in the long term, the body would protect itself by slowing down the metabolism to preserve these calories. It's just, as I say, it's essentially a survival response, and over time, a suppressed metabolism, because the body isn't able to function at its optimal way in the cells, in the systems of the body. Ill health problems are likely to develop further down the line. Now, ironically, one of the main reasons why raw fooders take up the diet is it's because they believe that it's going to improve health and help prevent ill health complaints. But as I say, it can actually have the opposite effect if it's impacting the thyroid in this way, because of the reduced calorie absorption, because of a reduction in digestive function. So raw food diets can and will achieve both of your objectives to help prevent ill health and improve your overall health and well-being, but it'll only do so if raw food diets are introduced correctly and are appropriate to the individual's current state of health. So the only way of knowing if a thyroid problem is a cause of the drop in body temperature is to either seek the aid of your doctor, although what you'll find is in many cases this may not help, as the testing that they'll use to assess thyroid function, the blood tests, do not often pick such problems up. The medical tests in general are designed to identify diseased thyroids, or thyroids that are functioning hypoactively or hyperactively, in terms of the medical definition. However, you'll find that many people that experience thyroid problems, under functioning thyroid, often do so at a subclinical level, and such drops are not likely to be detected by the common blood tests that your GP or your doctor might use. And in such instances, only those trained in using functional medicine or functional nutritional testing can pick up such issues, people like myself. Another way of learning a bit more about this issue is to attend my free teleconference, which is on what food diets will work best for you. And during this teleconference, I'll cover this and other problems related to raw food diets in more detail, and how you can actually go about resolving such issues. Another useful thing to do would be to to watch my other slideshow on raw food diets, which is the one I mentioned earlier, when and why raw food diets do and don't work. There'll be a link to this at the end of this current slideshow, and both those things will certainly give you more information around this area. Now, the final challenge you could experience is excessive levels of weight loss. Now, sure, weight loss can be a positive thing, and often a reason why many people begin on a raw food diet, because they've heard it can help them to lose weight. But at the same time, it can be a very negative thing, particularly if it's an excessive amount of weight loss that can then lead to a very gaunt and unhealthy look, which sadly you do see in quite a lot of raw foodists with that kind of body image, and this isn't a healthy way to look. Sometimes can occur as a result of the reduction in digestive system function, and obviously the reduced nutrient and calorie uptake by the body, that then in turn impacts the thyroid function. So that none of that, and any of those things